3 in the morning. Your bedroom is perfectly dark. You're in the deepest, most peaceful phase of sleep. Then a 10-pound fur missile launches off your stomach. You jolt awake, heart pounding. Your cat is treating the hallway like an Olympic sprint track. Claws scrape the hardwood. They drift around the doorframe like a sports car. You're exhausted. You're annoyed. You're also looking at an ancient survival system firing on all cylinders. That midnight madness has a name. Vets call it FRAP, frenetic random activity periods. It sounds like a glitch. It is actually the exact opposite of a glitch. It's a dormant hunting program running on hardware that hasn't needed it for thousands of years. To understand why your cat becomes a maniac at 3 a.m., we have to look at their internal clock. Humans run on a 24-hour cycle. We wake with the sun, we sleep when it gets dark. Cats run on a completely different schedule. They are crepuscular. Their brains are hardwired to peak at dawn and dusk, not midnight, dawn, which means at 3 a.m. their internal clock is just starting to rev up. Their brain is dumping hormones. Cortisol begins to spike. Adrenaline floods their system. Their muscles are literally warming up for a hunt. They are biologically ready to chase down a mouse. But there are no mice in your apartment. There's just a sleeping human and a dust bunny under the bed. So all that beautifully engineered predatory energy has nowhere to go. Imagine a motion-activated security light, designed to snap on instantly when it detects movement. Now imagine that light is stuck in test mode. It's firing off at full brightness every few hours. No actual intruders, just blinding light. That's your indoor cat. A perfectly tuned hunting machine with zero prey to hunt. Comparison breaks down though. A security light just flips a switch. A cat's nervous system builds physical pressure. If that energy stays locked in, it turns into stress. So the body forces a release. The cat explodes into a full sprint. They aren't playing. They are completing a deeply ingrained predatory sequence. This sequence has 5 distinct stages: search, stalk, chase, pounce, kill bite. Indoor cats rarely get to finish this sequence. A laser pointer is great for the chase phase, but it completely robs them of the kill bite. Imagine running a marathon, but someone stops you 1 mile from the finish line. Every single day. You'd go a little crazy too. This incomplete hunting loop is exactly why the Zoomies happen. Their brain is screaming at them to finish the hunt, so it saves up all that frustrated energy. Then, during their natural hormonal peak at 3 a.m., the dam breaks. The body forces the sequence to completion. They search the living room, they stalk a shadow, they chase absolutely nothing, they pounce on a blanket, they bite a toy and leave it dead on the floor. Hunt is officially over. The brain registers a success. Your cat suddenly stops, they sit down, they start grooming themselves like nothing happened, because biologically they just successfully took down prey. Their nervous system finally got the chemical satisfaction of a job finished. Now you might blame yourself for not playing with them enough, but even outdoor cats with access to real prey get the Zoomies. Because this isn't just about hunger, it's about maintaining the hardware. A cat in the wild hunts up to 12 times a day. Most of those hunts fail, but the attempt keeps their nervous system sharp. Their brain uses these intense bursts of activity to calibrate. Spatial awareness gets updated. Reflex times get measured. Muscle fibers get recruited in the exact patterns needed for survival. When a cat tears through your house at 3 a.m., they are running a mandatory diagnostic test. Their brain is literally mapping the room, calculating how much traction the carpet gives versus the hardwood, measuring the exact distance between the couch and the coffee table. This is high-stakes data collection. In the wild, a miscalculation means they don't eat, or worse, something else eats them. So the 3 a.m. sprint is a survival drill. But why the specific time? Why not noon? Because dawn is when their real prey wakes up. Mice and small rodents are also crepuscular. They start moving around in the early morning hours. For a wild cat, waking up at 3 a.m. to warm up is perfect timing. By the time the sun peeks over the horizon, the cat is fully warmed up. Senses peaked, muscles primed, ready to intercept breakfast. Your indoor cat has zero awareness of mice waking up. Don't need to intercept breakfast? You feed them perfectly good kibble at 7 a.m., but their DNA doesn't know that. Genetic code written over millions of years of evolution doesn't update just because they moved indoors. 10,000 years of living with humans is a blink of an eye on an evolutionary timescale. So the alarm clock in their brain rings at 3 a.m. every single night, without fail. And every single night, the hunting program boots up. Adrenaline spike is identical to what a wild lynx experiences. Their pupils dilate, their heart rate jumps, their hearing becomes hyper-focused. They are locked in. Now, you might have noticed something. Not all cats get the zoomies at 3 a.m. Some get them at 11 p.m., some at 5 a.m. This is where environment starts talking to genetics. Cats are incredibly adaptable. If your household is loud and active at midnight, the cat might shift their peak. They wait for the house to quiet down. Then they launch their patrol. Older cats tend to shift their schedules even more. A 12-year-old cat might not sprint at all. Their hormonal peaks flatten out. The diagnostic tests become less frequent. But a young cat under 3 years old, they are running the most intense software. Their bodies are flooded with the hormones of a prime apex predator. Every night is a high-stakes hunt in their living room jungle. There's another layer to this. A wild cat's territory spans acres. They have trees to climb, rocks to leap from, open fields to sprint across. Your house is probably a few hundred square feet. That's a massive reduction in territory size. Imagine being a marathon runner locked in a closet. You'd pace, you'd bounce off the walls, you'd do anything to get your body moving. Cats experience a severe spatial compression compared to their wild counterparts. The zoomies are partly a desperate attempt to experience high-speed movement in a space that doesn't allow it. They use the walls. They use the furniture. They use your sleeping body as a springboard, 'cause the drive to move fast is non-negotiable. It's encoded in their nervous system as deeply as breathing. So we have a hormonal peak hitting at 3 a.m. We have an incomplete hunting sequence needing closure. We have a spatial environment that's far too small. And we have millions of years of evolutionary programming demanding action. Mix all that together, and you get a cat ricocheting off your walls. But here is where the story takes a turn. Most people think the zoomies are just a funny quirk. Annoying but harmless. Zoomies are actually a vital window into your cat's neurological health. When a cat stops getting the zoomies entirely, something has changed. It might just be age, but a sudden loss of these energy bursts in a young cat can signal something else. Pain. Cats hide pain better than almost any other animal. In the wild, showing weakness makes you a target, so they mask it perfectly. A cat in chronic pain will still purr, they will still eat, they will still ask for pets, but they will stop running, 'cause the diagnostic test hurts too much to run. The zoomies are your cat's built-in health monitor. As long as the system is firing, the hardware is working. When the tests stop running, you need to look closer. This shifts how we see that 3 a.m. wake-up call. It's not a nuisance, it's a status report.